Well, Heidi Ho from Paint Creek State Park, still here in Ohio. In fact, Alana and I are probably through the holidays aren't going to get too far from home. We're probably just going to kind of keep it to local trails, and that's for a whole slew of reasons. We're in the middle of a home remodel as well as some other stuff, so we're trying to keep our playtime down to one of the days in the weekend, and we stay busy on the other one. We're doing the North Loop, the North, it's just the North Loop Trail, right?
Yes.
Not North Rim, the North Loop Trail. Kind of touches off on what used to be the lake. It's pretty shallow now, and I've mentioned before that a lot of Ohio waterways and lakes specifically, they're man-made, they're dam-made to help regulate flooding a lot of times through the winter wet season months, and to do that they let quite a bit of the water out. So that has started to happen, and they just sort of look like a shallow, muddy mess right now. And speaking of kind of mess, this trail that we're on so far, it's really been a very nice hike. The trail itself is pretty clear, and but it's pretty thatchy on both sides, which is interesting because I'm not sure if it's honeysuckle or whatever. You can kind of see the yellow greenish leaves all around us. In some of the spots where that's quite close, it's interesting with that and with the vines, and then in this time of year also there's some different funguses and things that pop up that can look kind of cool. In fact, between a vine kind of in these yellowish green leaves and a little patch of fungus I found just kind of behind Alana over there, that's my two images this far. Now, when it comes to those images, am I super excited about them? No, I am not. They're not bangers. They're not going to make it into a portfolio. I am sharing them with you, or already have shared them with you. And the reason is I think it's important to keep that process up. If you want to do photography, I think you need to keep looking. I struggle here at home, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to go out regularly and try to take a photo. And if nothing else, it got me out of the house with a little bit of exercise and enjoying nature regardless of the weather. Speaking of weather, it is supposed to rain today, so I've taken most of the B-roll and everything in this video kind of on the front end because I don't know when the weather shifts, and we're fine with that. We've got all of our gear on to get wet today, but I'll be slow to get my camera out, which is why both in the last video and in this one you'll see a mix where I've used the action camera again to take some of the B-roll. Frankly, it's just easier when I'm hiking, and one of my eagle eye followers there, you said, hey, is there a problem with the Z6? I noticed you started using your action camera again. Well, good eye to you, but no problem. Even though the video quality isn't quite as good, sometimes it's just frankly more convenient for me. So
it's a little easier to carry.
So yeah, we're gonna get back to the hiking, and I am using the chapter section in this video, and that's because this next bit is actually a rant. It's a rant about YouTube, and I wanted to talk about something that you're gonna notice a change in my channel, and even Alana's, that you haven't officially started yet.
I'm still working on it.
I went to link in my last video and she never got around to that video, so I will update that, and I'll put in the description below when she gets her first video. Or
it'll be soon. I promise.
Whatever. So the change that's going to impact not only my channel but a lot of smaller channels that are still growing. Here recently, YouTube updated their terms of service, and the bottom line, what that means is they are now putting advertisements in on everyone, regardless of whether you are part of the partnership program and whether you monetize your channel or not. I do not monetize my channel, and that's for a few reasons. It was actually not even on my foreseeable roadmap to where I would make that change, but even if I wanted to, there's two main qualifying points to be able to participate in the partnership program. One is the number of followers. Now, I'm still a long way from reaching the minimum number of subscribers, I'm sorry, which is 1,000. I'm actually getting pretty close to the watch minute sides though, so that's an interesting thing where I'm getting enough watch minutes. So thank you to you those that are watching, but if you are enjoying the content, please subscribe. It does help to meet the other measurement. Now, like I said, I had no intention to monetize, and that's because I actually work really hard when I edit sometimes to make audio shifts and to do screen pan shifts and to do things timed the way I want. And there's channels that I watch where I just get annoyed all of a sudden it cuts to a commercial, and even if you can skip it, it's just annoying to have to do that.
It is. Even in the channels I've watched, I've noticed.
Yeah, it's
that
bad.
Sometimes it cuts out the wrong times.
But here's the real negative with this change. Because I'm not in the partnership program, because I do not monetize my channel, I don't have the controls to say, don't put political ads on my channel. Don't put non-skippable commercials on my channel. I have none of those controls. So if you are seeing commercials suddenly on my channel, I apologize. I am not in control of that in any way. It is just the way YouTube is working. If you are dissatisfied with that, by all means, please complain to YouTube. They have feedback. It's easy for you to do because I don't know of any small creator that's happy with this change. Again, if you were doing monetization, there's people that are making a living with YouTube. That's fine. But they are then in control of the type of ads, at least a little bit, and when they pop up. I'm not, and it's quite annoying. In fact, you're kind of like, well, do I even want to start on this media? Like, you're like, do I go to Vimeo? Do I go to some other thing?
Right. I have no plans of monetizing either at this point. So it's just
horrible. And ultimately, who's going to pay for it the most is you. I'm not probably going to stop sharing, but it does bother me that your viewership is going to change. So anyway, again, if you don't care, then don't care. You can have skipped this whole little rant of mine. If you do care, provide feedback to YouTube, because they need to hear that if they're ruining what is going on, they need to know the ramifications of their decisions on this. So with that said, rant over, back to the hike. What are you doing?
Oh, you're only going to film me?
Well, you're the one with that ridiculous thing on your head.
Oh, no. Turn that camera around.
No, I'd prefer not to.
Oh, I bet you need to.
What?
I am not the only one
Okay, so, yeah, me too. This is totally an Amazon purchase that is either pure freaking genius for hiking in the rain, or it's going to be horrific. But we're going to try it either way, because our hands are still free, and yeah. So this wasn't just a fashion show. It has started to rain. I think we're going to start heading back towards the truck. We're about 3-ish miles in right now.
I think so, yeah.
And about halfway and turned around. So here we go in our fancy hat. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this baby up old school style, just with the Osmo Action and the mic that's built into it, so hopefully everything's okay. The rain has come on pretty heavy. In review of both the hike and this pretty hideous umbrella hat, well, as far as the hat goes, honestly, Alana and I love it. A few problems with it for me: it barely fits my head. So I've really had to snug up on the chin strap because it keeps wanting to pop off of my head. Alana isn't having that problem. She's got a little smaller head than I do. So I really like it. I don't know that I like this brand, but the idea for a lot of factors is really quite great. I like that it covers my pack. So no matter what kind of rain fly or rain cover you use with most of your hiking and camera bags, the water can still get between you and the bag off of your jacket, and this really helps with that a whole bunch. So that's nice. And if I did stop to take a photo or something, it's all pretty covered. Review of the trail and the hiking itself, it was great. It's really, for the most part, very open, very well maintained. We did have some down trees and branches, nothing major, but we had like 60-65 mile an hour wind gusts with a storm here recent, and that for us, we were actually without power for like 13 hours. So it can be, you know, a little bad with the thatch and stuff falling down after a storm. It really wasn't that horrible, which just says how well it is maintained. There was a little bit of trash. I can't remember the road name. I'll put it down below, where you got close to that abandoned road. It's no longer a road, it's just part of the hiking trail, where this is now a lake. But right there, you could see where people had done some dumping at one time. But other than that, this has been nice. So get on out there, even when it's raining, even when it's horrible. Have some fun. Now that I've caught my breath, running my mouth and coming up that hill, I'm gonna catch up to Alana and get on with our day. Thanks for following along. See you next week. Bye-bye.